Hey everyone, I have another set of cards that I want to share for the hashtag So In Love February. I know we're close to the end of February already, so this may be my last one for the hashtag, but I thought I'd also share it for Saturday morning makes so you guys can get a good look at them. So I'm going to show you the supplies I used first, and then I'll show you the cards as usual. So I used this die from Waffle Flower Crafts. This is the Lacy Layers die, and I've used this particular size right here. I've also used this die from Memory Box. It is a stitching die. Look, you can see the little X's. I like this one better than the other one I have. This one is called Cross Stitched Frame Borders. Simply because the X's are not on top of each other. And what I mean by that is if you look at this one's a Gina Marie Designs one, and the X's are really close together. I like some more space in between, I think. That's just a preference, obviously. But I tend to use these more than these. So, I don't know if you can find either of these anymore because these have been in my stash for a while. As has this one. This is a penny black die set. You can see it's very much a stitching or sewing themed die set. I used this one right here, and it's called Sewing Stackers 51-651. It's from 2020, so I'm guessing that's more recent. And then I used my Spring Lake paper pad from Tilda. And this is not Magnolia Tilda, okay? So just so you know, they are both Swedish, however. So I used that. I used some of this lace. I have a huge roll of it. I have way more of this probably somewhere in my studio because I used to collect laces. I use them probably a lot less now than I used to. More because of the style that I've kind of adopted. But yeah, I still have quite a few laces to go through. I'll never finish this roll probably. But that's some of what I used. These cream colored buttons. I used some shell buttons. I used some pink ones, which I have stored in this milk glass spice jar. I have a bunch of these. Here's the pink button. It's very, very light pink. If you look at it, it's a very light pink color. So I need to put that back in because I had an extra one out that I didn't use. But yeah, that's a milk glass spice jar. This is actually what sort of drew me in. This stamp right here from Stampin' Up! 2006. I don't know what set this is from. All I know is I have it. So this goes with the theme. I use this Ocean Tides ink from Paper Tray Ink because it really matches well with the color of the paper. And then I use this dot stamp. This is from one of the supersets. I don't know which one, but because I've mixed mine together when I store them, but I wanted to use this for the back of my card. I've also used two embossing folders, which I did not leave out. I actually put them away when I was crafting. I had some time ago embossed some cards and I never used them, so I'm pulling from my bin. Oh, one more thing. I use this velvet ribbon. This ribbon comes from Paper Tray Ink. They had it on sale. I think this is again same color as the Ocean Tides ink. Very very matched. So here comes my cards. This is the first card I did because I found this Prim Heart die cut in one of my drawers. I had cut it from some wool fabric that my friend Esme gave me. Hi Esme, if you're watching. And I had used I think I used a Big's die to cut this. And I had sewn some, what do you call these, seed beads onto it? Little gold seed beads. And also some stitches up the side of the heart. So because this has been sitting in my bin for a while, I decided I would use it on this card. Here is the embossing folder. You can see it. It's a side folding card. See? But I did emboss the front. And this embossing folder and the next one for the other card is actually a purchase I made at Tuesday Morning when they had a lot of craft stuff. And they're both Sizzix embossing folders, if you're wondering. It's a cluster of flowers, and then there's a single flower, and then it repeats the pattern. But there's the Tilda paper with the die cut from Memory Box. I used some of that velvet here. And then here is the stamp that I showed you, and the button. And then this is die cut. So you'll notice that the stamp had a pinking edge on it. Gotta find it again. Yeah. The stamp had a pinking edge on it. But in the image that I used here, it does not. And that is because I masked off all the pinking edge with some tape, inked it up, and then pulled the tape off. So there was no ink on any of this border here. And then I die cut it. So that's how I got rid of this little zigzag pinking edge around it. Because I knew my die, it would be hard to match up this shape in one of my dies to this particular image. And I didn't want to actually have it be a plain rectangle around, and I didn't want to fussy cut it either. So here is that card. So you can see it is a side folding card. There's a lot of dimension on it, and I really love the colors in this pink and I guess teal, really, but it's not teal, I don't think. Nice green color. And then this is the inside, and I took a piece of the scrap and ran it through with the same die set using my embossing mat, so it would just impress the X's into it instead of die cutting it. And then the back, you can see here I used that stamp, and then I just signed my initials and the year in the 2 squares. And there's a little scrap of the paper on the back. So that's my first card. The second one is more of the green instead of the pink. So you can see here I used the lace here. And then instead of, the heart being there, I have a same sentiment for that. And then also some more velvet ribbon. But I used a different pattern paper from the Tilda pack. And I put 3 buttons on here. And these are threaded with some of the, it's kind of a linen color from May Arts on some shell buttons. And then I glued them down using some fabric glue that I have. So that is the front. And you can see it's a different embossing folder from the other one. The flowers are different, and then there's more of like a stitching pattern in there. But it again is a side folding card, and this is popped up as well. So there's lots of dimension. And then here's the inside. I took a scrap of the lace and just stuck it on the inside. And again, this one I used my tracing wheel on. And then here's the back, same as the other. So these are the 2 cards I have for the hashtag. I think these will be my last 2. I don't know if I'll get a chance to do any more cards, but if I do, you'll see them hopefully before the end of the month. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.